Hi guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm back with a project share. I'm sure some of you will recognize this. I made this a few videos back, and I'm going to link that video at the end of this one. I had made this snippet heart, and I had done the whole process video. The video is called, I think, Making Shabby Embellishments with Your Snippets. So this whole thing was made from my snippet basket, and I sewed on some charms and beads and did lots to it. And it's been sitting in my craft room looking at me. And I've been kind of debating on what to do with it. I was going to make it into a wall hanging, but I actually decided to make it into a book. So that's what I did. And I've called this book Gypsy Heart because I have not made a gypsy project. I know everybody's done them. I've seen several ladies on YouTube doing it, and I was like, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? And finally, I just decided to do it. And um, I love it. I had fun making it. It's definitely not my normal, and it was definitely out of my comfort zone. So please be kind. It's got lots of color in it and lots of funky color. So, but I did have fun making it, and I guess that's the whole point of crafting. So the only thing that I changed on this piece that I had previously made was I added this beautiful vintage green brooch here. I've had this in my stash for like 4 years, and I've never found the right project for it, and it just worked on here beautifully. I got this at a garage sale, and it's just been in my stash, and it just fit perfectly. And I added a few more dangles to the base, and then I just put this little sentiment that says Gypsy Heart on the bottom. So that is basically the front cover. And again, I will have a link to the original video where I made this front piece, and I actually showed the back piece that I had made off camera. So I've used this one for the front, and I used the other piece that I made for the back, which is this one. And I just added my name there, and I put down more muslin, and I just attached it that way, and I added a few pearls and things like that, and a bit of bling. So the rest of the book I made out of muslin, and I added 2 pieces of muslin and then some felt in between to give the book some stability. And then on the side here, what I did was I had bound it with just like a strip of muslin on each heart, and all I did was added some ribbon and trim, and I've used a lot of my sari ribbon up, and then I had this piece in my stash, so I used that as the side piece. So it's kind of cool. I like that. But that's basically all I did. So let's get started, and I'll show you. And oh my goodness, I'm a little nervous about showing this, but you know, like I said, I had fun doing it. So the first page is a pocket page. And I think I'm going to do it like this, actually. So the first page is this pocket page. I just want to make sure I'm in camera there. Yep. And this is the back of the original piece. And I made this nice deep pocket here. And I added a snippet flower that I made the other day. And I had posted these on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, or if you're in our group, which is called In the Craft Room, you would have seen these flowers that I made. So they're just a bit of muslin and some more snippets. I used a piece of tablecloth here that I had for ages. It's gold. And I just cut a piece to fit the bottom there. And I added another snippet there and a few more dangles down here. And then I started to use a bit of color. So I added this piece here and a rolled flower that I made with a little bow in it. I've used more little snippets here, and the pocket's nice and deep actually, so that's good. I like that. I like nice deep pockets, and I like to have a pocket right at the front page. I just think it's handy for putting things in. And I used this fun little tassel trim that I've had in my stash. and some crocheted trim, and then this lovely little beaded trim here, which is from Craft Supplies for You. A lot of the snippets that I've used are from Craft Supplies for You as well. So that's that page. And then the first page is this lovely lady here. And I tried to go from like neutral into color, and then it goes deeper color as we go along. This is got blue with a bit of green and a tiny bit of pink, and these beads here I actually made. I followed a tutorial from, I think it's Pink Poodle Crafts, but if you want the link to that, just let me know, and I can share the link for that tutorial for you. But basically these are made out of wooden skewers, and all you do is you add your beads and your bead cap to the ends, you wire it on, and then you wrap fabric or paper or whatever you want around the wires, around the wooden skewer. And then I added beads. I don't think she added beads around with hers, but I thought the beads would look really cool. And then I just have them on jump rings, and I just kind of put them there on the side just to start building up the color. I've got little rhinestones, little doodad flowers, little rolled flower I made. The butterflies here and the flowers here, they are from a ribbon that I used on the side, which I'll show you again at the end. And I just added some fiber and more sari trim in the green tone down here. But that is that page, and it's got a piece from that blue wedding dress and some dyed pieces, more little snippets and pieces from my stash just all over the place. A nice little green beaded trim here, and then a little rosette flower in the green. So that's that page. And then the next page, you start to get into a lot more color. So that's this page, and this page has this beautiful gypsy on here, and I've used gold and plum colors on here, and I added down here a couple more of my beads that I made. They're right there. These were fun to make, but they took me a while just because, you know, if you have hands that don't work so great, they will take you a little bit. But I did enjoy making them. They were fun, so I might make some more. This lovely lady here, she has a little peacock on her shoulder, so I had this in my stash, so I added the peacock and some dangle trim, and I just tied the beads with just little knots to the bottom of the dangle trim. I've got a little rolled flower here that was from that gold tablecloth. I've gone around the edge with this trim from my stash. This plum pieces here, these appliques are from Craft Supplies for You. I just love this color. It's one of my favorite colors. It's plum color. I just love it. This beaded piece here was from a piece of clothing, and also up here, that's from that same piece. The gold lace here and the dangle gold lace here is from my stash. And just little snippets again, this beaded piece from my stash, and then I added a ribbon that picked up on the colors in these appliques. I added that down at the bottom here. More of the gold dangle over here, and some crochet trim from Craft Supplies for You. So that is that page. And then this page is beaded with golds and browns and a little bit of black. This flower over here, my daughter actually knitted. She had knitted me quite a few flowers, and this is the last one that I had, so I was really happy that I was able to use it in this book. This gold piece here is from KS for You, and it's got some really cool like brass rings on it and beads and all kinds of neat things, so I added that. And these two beaded pieces were from my stash as well, so I did those on either side, as was this little beaded trim here on the top. It's got little like rhinestones in it, and then I had this tiny piece of this feather trim in my stash forever, and it just fit perfectly down there. I've used this, it's like an upholstery fringe in a chocolate color, and I went all the way around the heart with that, and then I used this gold trim here from my stash. I added a bit of snippet up here, more of that gold dangle trim, black flower that Maggie gave me. Thank you, Maggie. And I added this bling here, and this Battenberg flower here from KS for You. I just love this image of this lady. She's so pretty, and she's got really long black dark hair. So that is that page. And then this is the flower page with a few glue strings, of course. I can never get away from glue strings. And I made this flower here, and I added a couple more of the beads that I made, and some sari ribbon down here. Just made a running stitch with the black lace, and then I just added a bunch of snippets, and I rolled up more sari ribbon here and made this rose. And then over here I've got some really pretty trim from Craft Supplies for You, and it's like little branches, and I put that on there, and then I added a couple of the green clay flowers in the flower part of it. This is a butterfly, and then I rolled up a little piece of sari ribbon here and added this really pretty gold bling, and this was from Seriously Scrapping store, Irene. And over here I've got a black flower. This was the last piece I had of this. It's really dimensional, and it's got lots of fibers in it, and it's got this black rolled rose, and then I put a green rolled rose from my stash in here. And then I added this little beaded trim, just a piece of it there for some sparkle on that side. So that is the flower page. I know, it's crazy, right? And then the last page is a little more neutral, because I needed to progress it back to the neutral on the back. So I added another one of my little snippet flowers down here that I made the other day. And this green lace here, which is really just so pretty. It's an embroidered lace, and I actually got that from Lily. She sent that to me a while ago. And this beautiful lace here I added. It's like a turquoise green color, like a teal, and it has just a tiny, tiny bit of gold shimmer to it. And then I added another rose, some more of that bling from Irene's store, and I cut up just some embroidered ribbon and added the butterflies and the flowers. And this is some embroidered trim that I had that's vintage. It's just a little flower there and a flower here, and I put the center in it. So that is that page. And then to the back page again, as I had showed in that video, it's very neutral. Again, just snippets that I used, 2 different laces going halfway around the heart, and then a flower that I made with some dangles. And I just did on the side, like I said, lots of little snippets, and this beautiful piece here, some sari, some more of that embroidered butterfly ribbon trim here. And that's basically it. And I know it's really, really colorful, and it's definitely not normally what I do, but I did have fun making it, and I hope that you like it. And if you don't, that's okay. Like I said, I'm a little nervous about sharing it, but you know, we all have to go outside our comfort zones once in a while. So I did definitely do it on this project. So let me know what you think, and leave me a comment down below, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be back with another video very shortly. So take care. Bye-bye.